Hi, I'm Scott Mackenzie from Barfoot and Thompson. Welcome to my first market update of 2017. Hey guys, 4 things I'd like to cover off today. First one is the amount of available listings in the market. Second one, interest rates. Third, what would I do if I was a seller? And what would I do if I was a buyer? So, number 1, why am I talking about available stock? The reason is if you're looking to sell or buy, then it's important to know what selection is out there in the marketplace. If you're selling, then you're competing with those other listings that are available. If you're buying, well then you need to know whether you've got lots of choice or very little choice. So as of 31st of December, just gone, Peter Thompson's report tells us that we had at Barfoot and Thompson 3,881 listings available. This was 35% more than what we were holding at 31st of December 2015. Why is this a concern? This is a concern because last year we had a late summer resurgence and prices kept increasing through to the winter. I'm not as confident this year that we're going to see the same thing, simply because buyers have choice. Also, what we've started to see is instead of the pickup in listings coming in February and March, we're starting to see people list their property already in January. Some investors have decided to sell. I went looking at properties yesterday and I saw several ex-rental properties vacated and thrown on the market to sell. So this tells me that people are looking to come to the market a little earlier, perhaps in fear that we've hit a peak in the market. All I'd say there is that there's been plenty of times in the past few years where people have thought that we've reached a peak and they've sold only to find their properties have since gone up in value. You can't pick the peak of the market, so don't even try. But if it's the right time to sell, then that's great. That actually helps to answer part 4 of my blog, but we'll come back to it. Second part, interest rates. I've got this great graph over here behind me. This is interest.co.nz, and there's a graph I like to look at on there which graphs interest rates. So you can see that it bottomed out around the middle of last year. Then it just started to edge up a little bit as the inflation outlook starts to improve. We've started to see deals done with oil cutbacks, so price of oil going up, and really Trumponomics. The other thing I alluded to in my December market update is that while Donald Trump talks about spending money, it absorbs money into America, that takes it out of circulation, increasing inflation and therefore interest rates. So we've started to see those tick up, and certainly a lot of advertised retail rates in the high 4% now for 2 and 3 years fixed. Just something to point out that we're not dealing with the interest rates that we had in winter last year of around a 4 or 4.1 that people could secure for a couple of years. So that's a slightly different environment we're dealing with as well, and that affects people's ability to repay interest and principal, and therefore they will adjust the purchase price that they're looking for. So then what would I do if I was a buyer in this market? Well, absolutely, if it was the right time in my life to buy and I was looking to buy, then I certainly don't see any reason not to. With a bit more choice out there, it's certainly very good. Interest rates are historically still quite low, so I'd be looking to take advantage of that and buy if an opportunity presented itself. If I was a seller, well actually the first thing I would do is I'd look for my video blog I did around September, October last year, titled How to Get the Edge When Selling in a Flat Market, because there were 5 points made in there, and the first one was presentation. And I've seen a few properties come on the market this week, ex-rental properties which don't have the presentation, and because you're competing in a market with other properties on the market, then I would say get your presentation right, and then have a look at those other 4 points I made as well. And if it's the right time to sell for you because you've got something to achieve in your life, then go for it. But I wouldn't be trying to pick the top or the bottom of the market. It's just not possible. I heard a great saying, I think I mentioned it in my last video blog, economists have picked 18 of the last 3 recessions. So they're just notoriously inaccurate. You can use all the projections you like, but there's all the things that you don't know that are going to happen which affect that. So thanks very much for watching. I hope that's helpful. I'm Scott Mackenzie from Barfoot and Thompson.